This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We are now in Copenhagen and I'm sitting in an ID bus. But anyway, I have to mention that we are driving now a pre-production. Is it a car with this?
Right, it's a pre-production car.
Okay, pre-production car. And I have Martin here, Martin Huber.
Right.
From Volkswagen. And so you are required by law to be here with me.
Yes, that's true, because you need a special driving license to drive pre-production cars at Volkswagen. And yeah, I got trained if we are stuck in any kind of problem, but I hope we don't, because the car is working quite properly.
Yes, great. So that's why I have to say this to my viewers, in case you guys are wondering, why is there a big guy here in the driver's seat, no, in the passenger seat, blocking half the view? But this is actually the only way we can do it. What I can explain now is that the dashboard here has been covered. We see the screen, we see this screen, this screen. It actually resembles ID3, ID4. I've been spending so much time with ID3, ID4 in the past, and this is kind of weird because the second I sat, I adjusted the mirrors and the seat. I knew exactly where the buttons were. And then I just pressed the brake and I turned this knob and I put it in drive. You know, I know how to drive the ID family, and instantly I just also knew how to drive the ID bus, even though this is the first time I drive it. So that's actually kind of cool. I have to say, it feels good. We have to drive a little bit more on the proper highways eventually, but I also spent some time with other vans like ENV 200, and I gotta say, ENV 200. Okay, it's a lower priced car. I wouldn't say it's a cheaper car, but the ENV 200 lacks the comfort, and right now I feel like this is way more comfortable. But of course, I also expect it to be more higher priced. But I'm saying this because people who watch this video, they might also have tried ENV 200 and they consider going over to ID Bus. And yeah, I'm just listening now how the car rides over the bumps. There's a little bit of bumps here. Oh, this is nice. This car is roughly 4.7, was it 4.7 meters long?
Yes.
Roughly?
Yes,
yeah.
that's right.
And it has almost 3-meter wheelbase. So it has short overhang, long wheelbase, and plenty of comfort. And actually, yeah, okay, unfortunately we are just on Danish roads right now. But just my impression of the ID bus right now is that there's actually there's a Psych right behind me. It just happened to be, you guys don't see it, but there is a Maxus e-Deliver 3 behind us. That's also the van, one of the vans I tried. So that one doesn't really have the same level of comfort as this one, to put it that way. But I want to point out something here, is that this car doesn't feel like a van. It rides more like a, how do I put this? Let me just try to. It just feels so more refined, and it feels like I'm driving an SUV. Yeah, it doesn't have that van feeling. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, okay, I sit a little bit upright. That's kind of what you need to do anyway, but I really have the feel of driving something like ID4 or something. I don't feel like I'm driving a van, so that's the cool part of it. And you guys can probably hear that we don't have too much wheel noise or road noise in general. But on the other hand, we are on quite smooth Danish roads here. It would be a totally different story if we go to Norway. But okay, I have to increase my speed. Do we have any lane assist?
Yes, we have the travel assist 2.5 with automatic lane change.
Well, automated lane change, did we have that in the ID4?
No, not yet. It will come soon with a new software update called 3.1. and that will be added to the travel assist. We have an upgrade for the complete system. So voice control update is much more fluent now, and all the systems are working faster and more precise.
Okay, let me try. Let me see, what was the call? Hi,
the only
ID?
thing, yes, hi ID, I'm cold.
No problem. It will get warmer at the front right shortly.
It adjusted the temperature on Martin's side to, it was 22 and now it's 23 degrees Celsius. Hey ID, set temperature to 21 degrees Celsius.
Got it.
Oh, I just said it so fast and it caught it. Wow. All right, that is good stuff, man. Okay. So how close is this pre-production to the production car then?
Well, quite close, really quite close. So production will start in end of May, and the first cars will come to the market in September. So we'll have the international media drive approximately at the end of August, early September.
Okay, but does it mean that the way this car feels and handles and everything, the features,
yeah,
it's what we will expect?
Yes, it is more or less what we get.
I like what I see. So this is, oh yeah, by the way, for you guys, I forgot to mention this is the rear-wheel drive version. It has the same drivetrain as the ID3, ID4 rear-wheel, the 150 kilowatt motor and a 77 kilowatt hour battery. It will come with a bigger battery later, the 111, okay, we're going to take this one, 111 kilowatt hour.
Well, that will be much later with the long wheelbase version.
Which lane are
we can take the right lane because we have to exit the next one.
Okay, yeah, sorry for the interruption.
So we will start with the smaller ones, with the 54, I think it was, and with the 77. And then there will be an 84.
84 also?
Yes.
But what about that 111 kilowatt
Yeah,
hour?
we'll speak about that later.
Okay, okay.
Also, later will come the longer wheelbase version. That comes with a bigger battery, of course, because we need the space. And there will be also an all-wheel drive version, but then we're talking about mid of 23 and 24.
All right. Now, though, that we are in 90 zone, I hear some wind noise. However, I checked the wind map already. We have quite strong headwind, around 7 to 8 meters per second headwind, pretty much right against us right now. And also, I forgot to mention that this is the ID bus is the passenger version. And can we at least say how many seats this car have?
Yes, it has 5, and if you want to have a 6-seater version, it's also available. So we have a second row with the 6-seater version, 40 to 60%, and it can be equipped with 2 additional seats in the second row and with the bank in the third row for 2 people.
I have to go a little bit faster. We're going to cruise at something that is roughly. Yeah, I'm not sure if the camera will catch the speedometer, but we're doing roughly 117, 118 kilometers per hour GPS speeds, I'm assuming. So when it comes to noise levels, highly acceptable. I mean, it's not the most quiet car, but for a van, it is quiet. And also now we have slight tailwind.
And we have winter tires.
Yeah. But in general, winter tires are softer than summer tires.
Yeah, but they do make some road noise a bit more because of the structure of the profile. So, but
well, okay. Well, we can at least mention that we have 21-inch, right? This one.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if people want to put 21-inch. Maybe they want to have 20-inch tires.
We have to look. I think these are 20s on this car.
Okay. All right. But close enough. And also here we are tunnel, that's also great. Yeah, so noise levels here is highly acceptable. It's not e-tron level, but it's not as noisy as some of the other vans I tried. Like ENV 200 is so noisy, and also the Maxus, if you guys tried it, it's kind of funny. In Norwegian we have, I call it Max Øresus. Øresus is the, you know, the sound you imagine you hear in the air. It is so loud. So, but if you ever tried the e-Crafter, that one is very nice and quiet, and I feel like this is close to e-Crafter when it comes to the comfort. How was it again? How do you
take your fingers and
twist?
Turn the wheel, yes, like this.
Okay, so that's the one to activate it, and then why I mean to spray.
Yeah, just
push it.
Sorry, no. Where to spray? I have to figure out.
There's a button here.
Well, that is the button, right?
Okay, let me see. So we have two nozzles. And it's stationary, it's not hooked to the wiper arm. I didn't bring my laser can, that's one mistake. I didn't bring the thermal camera, I was packing light today. But yeah, I guess I will include that in the Yalo test eventually.
You go to Yalo with the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. I was there last summer, September.
The consumption right now, I forgot to reset it. Well, since start. 60 kilometers. Okay, this is from another trip. Maybe we should reset the trip meter, because now it actually says 233 watt-hour per kilometer. And this is also cool. This one works, of course. I see the speed limit. I see I'm not familiar with the area here, but it shows up as 50 zone here in the camera. That's good. And I can tell you guys that the instrument cluster here is also tiny, just like the ID4, ID3 is freaking tiny. It shows you just a little bit of information, just like what you're used to in the ID3. That's what you have here. You have the power meter, you have a gear indicator, speedometer. Okay, that's the sound of the horn, all right. Well, this one is a bit tall. But you see, I'm a short Asian. I'm still 173 centimeters. Okay, you shouldn't be driving like this. You know.
But you have the second armrest on the left side. You can put down the second armrest on the left side of the seat.
Thank you for notifying me.
You have the captain's chair, and you can adjust. Just press the button and stop wherever.
Just like
release the button, and then it's adjusted in your height.
Wait, this is not in the ID4.
No, it isn't.
This is the captain chair you guys will be talking about. Yeah, okay.
It's a kind of Captain Kirk driving style.
Yes. So let me see now if you guys can see. Yeah, you guys can see this. You know, in the ID3, ID4, you have this side, but now you also have armrest on the other side. Okay, that's good, because normally you wouldn't be using this one on the door anyway. So, but let me just get the feel of the material. Okay. There's a little bit of hard plastic here, as you guys can hear. So I'm not sure, is this the max trim, or do you think it will be?
Yes, it will be.
Okay, so that's the downside. It's still the ID, so as you know it from the ID3, ID4, I mean, if some of you guys are allergic to plastic, then maybe this is not the car for you. But it might have some other...
But it's software your armrest is, so here...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean... I guess since I have a representative from Volkswagen, I have to try to say something nice about the car. This is the downside of trying a pre-production car.
So we turn left.
Yeah, okay, turn left. If I'm alone with a car, I'll be like, what the heck is this shit? Well, I mean, Volkswagen people, they watch my videos anyway, so they're cool with it. Let me see. Yeah, so I can put this one away. I like that. Okay, the only thing is that if you have the armrest up and you want to exit the car, then you suddenly...
Yeah, you have to fold it up, of course.
Yeah. Is this exactly the same battery that is in the ID4?
No, it's not exactly the same battery. It's slightly different. So we have to turn right here. So it can reach a peak performance of 170 kilowatts.
This one?
Yes.
Ooh! Too bad we are...
Only in a shorter period of time, but it stays a bit longer with the higher voltage.
High voltage. Wait a minute.
Sorry, with the higher kilowatts, sorry.
Oh, huh?
So then we turn left.
Okay, but so we have.
So we have with the 3.1, we will have 135 kilowatts with the ID4 and ID5, for example, and also with the ID3, 77 kilowatts, and this car will be capable of 170 kilowatts, and in the peak, because it's slightly different, the battery.
Okay, so it's not the same. Interesting. So the ID4 will they also get the 170 kilowatt?
Nope.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
we place the camera down there, not up there, so that tall people have no problem to look out of the window. So you know, if you're quite tall, then sometimes there is the camera located here, and you have to look underneath if you turn around. So we place the camera down there. And it's a smart solution, I think.
Interesting, because you know the ID bus video I shot in Oslo. So many people are talking about that one, and but they said, well, it's because then it's the wiper can reach it. No, but the wiper can already reach it on the top anyway, if it would be on the top. But of course, yeah, that makes sense, because you see, I don't know if you guys see it. I'm gonna check. No, you don't see it, but there's just a tiny little thing there, which is probably the rain sensor.
Right. Yeah, that's for the rain sensor.
Yeah,
and an additional plug here for the USB, so that you can put in a camera up there.
Is it USB-C?
Yeah, here it is.
So there's a freaking USB-C up there. You can put your.
Yeah, we have 7 more. So we have the inductive charging plug here, with some additional plugs here.
Ooh.
And some plugs even here in the door. And in the rear doors.
Okay. You know, that just now I remember something. Okay, here we have some bugs.
So one of the most roughest roads.
Can I just? We have to do a proper road test here. Oh, you know. Wow, my spine would be shot now if I was driving some of the other cars. This is well done. This is proper road testing. Yeah. And if the car breaks down, no problem. Martin will take care of that.
It won't break down.
Or if some of the suspension. But you guys have tested this on rough roads anyway.
Yes, of course. You can go even faster over it, so no problem at all. Test it.
Can we go off-roading?
No, not off-roading, but then we have to wait for the all-wheel drive version. But just go for it, so no problem at all. So you hear some shaking from the suspension, but not a shaking of any parts of the dashboard or whatever. So it's a really stiff car.
You see, okay, good thing I saw this. I have to go and.
Adjust the camera again.
The camera went out of position. That's how strong it was shaking. but you see, I didn't.
Well, it's quite comfortable on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's so the suspension has this typical way of a Volkswagen suspension. It gives you the feedback you need for fast cornering, for really an agile driving style. But of course, it needs the refinement. It needs the firm feedback that you want to have as a driver, even if it's a van. It has to be a typical Volkswagen.
So here you guys see on the outside, it looks more or less like the one in Oslo we've seen. But when it comes to the wheels, let me see, Ultra Grip. We have Goodyear, 20-inch, 235, 50, 20. And then here we have. Let me try to find it's a little bit smoother. 250, no, 265, 45, 20. Okay, so we have 20-inch wheels, studless winter tires. But I guess you guys have seen this. We are still not allowed to show you in the back there. Where can we at least see in the front here? Yes, finally. Voila. Huh? Look at this. Do you like it? I mean, it looks just like another ID 3, 4 or something. So what I'm looking for are the cup holders. Let me see. Because that's important for workers. They need to put the cup somewhere, but we can't see it there. Okay, anyway, let's take it for another spin.